Hurricane Ida's devastating storm. New details tonight. They're there when you need them, but Wheeling firefighters are now fully prepared to take calls that go beyond the usual search and rescue. 7 News reporter Aaliyah Keller joins us live now from the 7 Newsroom with a look at the training that will help them serve our local community in another way. Aaliyah.
Well, Steve, local first responders are all trained up. Now this training has taught them how to help those living with dementia. Wheeling firefighters being one of the first in the tri-state area to go through this kind of training. It's the everyday life of a firefighter, respond and save lives. But you may not realize the kind of calls they get that go outside of what you may consider a firefighter's job.
We do experience calls where we are dealing with patients that have early onset dementia. Sometimes maybe the family members or caregivers don't really know what's going on. But that isn't always a dead giveaway to firefighters right away.
We go on so many calls, you have to be able to recognize this type of call because it does kind of portray as like maybe a drug problem or a mental illness, but it is dementia related.
The instructors behind the training say those living with dementia may also have slurred speech, trouble balancing, and may come across confused. Behavior that could be mistaken with alcohol or drug-related behavior. That's where this training comes in, from learning the signs that tell them they may be dealing with someone living with dementia to knowing how to respond and engage with them.
Like I said, it's another tool in our arsenal to help identify early signs.
We've learned new tips today on how to approach the patient and nonverbal communications and just take things slow and kind of get to their level and to their way of thinking so we can get them care without getting them upset or agitated.
And in turn, firefighters say by identifying it, it's only going to help them help that patient.
Get the patients the care that we need, and that's our main goal. No matter what type of patient we're dealing with, we want them to get the proper care and get back to their normal life as soon as possible.
Not just Wheeling firefighters, but paramedics and EMTs all took a part in the training. Now, any first responders who'd also like to learn from this training, call the number right there on your screen. Live in the 7 Newsroom, Aaliyah Keller working for you.